Temperature-wise, there's a pretty big difference between the Pacific Northwest and back home. So look at this, we're in the 30s in Denver and Salt Lake City, but then back by us, we're in our usual 70s. That's almost a 40-degree difference. And this is all separated by this cold front that's going to be making its way here around Thanksgiving, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But as of right now, temperatures around the 70-degree range, but as usual, since it's the morning, that is going to be climbing throughout the day. So today we're going to be seeing mid to upper 70s, but fairly dry. Dew point's only 56, so not too much humidity, not too much moisture in the air, and definitely not as much rain as last week. Last week, I know you probably got drenched on your way to class. That's going to be very different this week. Not too much rain. And here's that cold front we're seeing hitting us on Thursday and into the weekend. So Thanksgiving Day is shaping up to be a pretty good one. Nice and dry, nice cooler weather. It's kind of different for Florida. And again, not too much rain this week. So Thanksgiving is looking to be a very good one. Have a great break, Eagles.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what the weather is looking like around the nation this weekend.
Embry-Riddle student meteorologist Jillian Preite shows us the forecast nationwide.
Good afternoon. The main weather story this week is going to be over on the west coast. They have this low pressure system that's just off the northwest coast of them, and that's going to be bringing a lot of both rain and snow to the area. And also attached to this low pressure system is a cold front that's going to also be contributing to this rain and snow, but also be dropping temperatures possibly below average for this time of year. Here's the snow accumulation over about a 24-hour period. Notice in the Sierra Nevadas up to 40 inches. That's a lot for only about a 24-hour period. Not only is the low pressure system going to be bringing lots of precipitation, it's also going to be bringing very strong winds to the area, upwards of 85 miles an hour into the overnight hours Friday into Saturday. Moving over to the East Coast, we also have a low pressure system that we are monitoring. It's going to be bringing a lot of rain to the East Coast, but also attached to it is another cold front. And I'm going to throw it back to UCF to see how this cold front is going to be affecting the Orlando area.
Check up with Jillian to see how warm it's going to get this week.
Yeah, Josie, we're not seeing those beach temperatures just yet. Current temperature 57 degrees, but 10-mile visibility, so not too many clouds in the sky. The temperatures are pretty split across the nation. It's all divided by this cold front that's hanging out in the plains. A lot colder temperatures behind it, and we're going to start to see the effects of that cold front into Thursday. So here it is, Wednesday morning, still sitting just to the northwest of us, but as we move throughout the day into the evening, it's going to be knocking on our doorstep. But look at this temperature difference. Ahead of the front in the 70s, behind the front 40s and 50s. So definitely a big temperature difference, and that's going to be pushing on through, and we're really going to start feeling those cold temperatures into Thursday morning when you're waking up for those morning classes. Temperatures across the board, 30s dominating most of the north, and back home we're in our 50s along with most of the south, and the temperatures right now 52 degrees with a relatively low dew point, so not too much moisture in the air, nice dry weather. But look at this wind, 19 miles an hour out of the north-northwest, and that's all because of this low pressure system that's been hanging off the coast, but that's eventually going to be pushed off by this high pressure system that makes its way through Wednesday into Thursday, and that's going to keep our temperatures fluctuating between the 50 and 60 degree range throughout most of the week. Wednesday morning, Thursday morning, still in those 50s and 60s, and that's going to stay the same all the way until about Friday, but then Saturday and Sunday our temperatures are going to be warming up, and then into Monday we're going to be tracking another cold front that's going to be making its way on through. It's officially fall, although we aren't really feeling those temperatures just yet, but those in the north-northwest are 50s up there and even 46 in Denver. But back home, again, we're still in our 70s and 80s. But by the end of October, I promise we'll be seeing those fall temperatures start to drop. Today, though, we are going to be in the high 70s, mid 80 degree range, and our dew point is going to be climbing with that. So we are going to be seeing some spotty showers throughout the day. Pilots, you'll probably have a good flying day. We have 8-mile visibility and pretty calm winds at 7 miles an hour. But as we move throughout the week, flying is probably not going to be the best thing to do. We have a lot of showers coming in Tuesday into Wednesday, so make sure you pack your umbrellas as you're moving throughout classes. And that rain's going to continue into Thursday, Friday, and even into the weekend, but the temperatures are going to be staying in the 80 degrees and lows in the 70s. Have a great week, Eagles. Good afternoon, I'm Embry-Riddle student Jillian Preite, and winter is just around the corner. However, temperatures are going to be a little warmer this year, especially in the north. They're expected to see above average temperatures. And down in the south and the middle of the United States, they're expected around average temperatures, but it is not out of the question for them to be seeing above average temperatures as well. And actually, winter is the fastest warming season for almost 75% of the United States. So although all the seasons are seeing increase in temperatures, winter is obviously dominating in this category, and especially in the Northeast. Since 1970, they've seen an almost 5-degree increase in their temperatures throughout the winter, and nationally, they've been seeing a 3.8-degree increase. So if these trends continue, winter is only going to be getting hotter throughout the years. Here's a winter storm update. A majority of the snow has pushed offshore. Those in the Cape still getting a little bit, but those inland are majority in the clear. Snow conditions on the roads, still a lot of snow in the south, but drying up towards the north. Those in the south should be drying up in the coming hours. We still have a coastal flood warning for those at Boston up in the north, and in the Cape, the winter storm warning is still in effect. And that coastal flooding is because of these onshore winds that's pushing a lot of wind onshore, which is causing those coastal floodings. And temperatures are still in the 30s with wind chills a little lower, even in the 20s and in the teens for some parts of Massachusetts. And this is going to continue throughout the week, though temperatures are going to be rising a little bit Thursday into Friday. Then we're going to be dropping back into the weekend, but then once we get into Monday, those temperatures are going to be going back up into the 40s with lows in the 20s. So we're not escaping the cold weather just yet, but for the most part, the snow has moved offshore.